Dignity Health continues to be accused in multiple new lawsuits of callous, reckless failures, accusing them of just losing patients' bodies, failing to issue death certificates, and failing to inform family. There's 2 more recent civil complaints against them, accusing Dignity Health of gross negligence, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and against one of the mortuaries there in Sacramento, accusing them of gross negligence for storing dozens of unidentified bodies in a warehouse. I've told you guys about a couple of these cases in the past. Do you remember the one in 2023, the 31-year-old female in Sacramento who was admitted to Dignity Health Mercy San Juan Medical Center in DKA? She was in the ICU. She calls her mom, tells her mom to come pick her up. Mom says, no, you need to get treated. You need to stay. 2 hours later, she dies of cardiac arrest. And they just placed her in cold storage and never informed the family, even though the mom is listed as next of kin. So when the mom calls the hospital later on to check, she's told that her daughter left AMA. Not that she left AMA. So the family spends months looking for their daughter everywhere. A year later, the sheriff's office calls and tells them that they found her in a warehouse, in a morgue. The other one I told you about, Dignity Health Mercy General in Sacramento. There was the 51-year-old female who was homeless. She had a drug problem and she disappeared, and her family reported her missing, and they searched throughout the area. They even offered cash rewards. This went on for months and months and months. And then suddenly the sheriff's deputy calls and says, we found her in the morgue, that same morgue warehouse in Sacramento. And they went to identify the body. This is really, her eyes and skin were removed. And the case against Dignity Health is alleging that not only did they not issue the death certificate, but they allowed for body harvesting for organs, despite this patient not being a designated organ donor. And she died at a hospital, and they never informed the family. In 2022, one of those Dignity Health hospitals was allegedly issued violations that they just did not fix. And a 2024 inspection found 61 bodies being held unidentified. So lawsuits have recently been amended in light of all this after they discovered dozens of other patient remains held at this off-site morgue for months and even years without a death certificate. California law requires a death certificate be issued within 8 days. This is not 1 or 2 isolated incidents.